And then the others, and I will say, we lived in the north, trying to find little homeschools, because there was little homeschools, and there was parents who grouped together to create a social environment, and they would do topics and subjects, and they would take them out to field studies and those kind of things. That was on the West Rand, and that was on the East Rand, and it was not in the north, and it was in the south. And I was chatting to a teacher and a company that was providing tutors, and her words to me were, where people have money to spend, they do not put the time in themselves. They pay people to give education to children. So they'll pay for the extra tutors, the extra lessons. Whereas people in the South and the West seem to be on a different financial level. Now, this is not as it's, I'm just generalizing, and they wanted an education system. I joined a online type support group from a woman who had homeschooled 3 of her children all the way through to matric. She was phenomenal. She would send out letters, she would send out information, she would send out little, what are we going to call them, keeping up with this and keeping in touch with this and help you with that and just her. And that was one of my best ways of just coping every single day. I like cottage schooling. I absolutely do. And I think that was our full-time, that was our long-term plan with Alano. I would have loved to have got 3 or 4 or 5 kiddies, same sort of average, didn't have to be 70, same sort of average age, and a teacher. And to let Alano have that total social interaction. I still do believe, and that's why we went to Montessori in the first place. Children learn best from the interaction of children, but you've got to have like-minded children to do that, or else you get back at school. And back at school can be a really bad experience for a lot of people and a lot of children. You as the parent, you have to, and some kids are different. Alano works better and learns better when he's standing around, moving around. Again, big advantage to homeschool. So when he was learning for exams, he would walk around. I would ask the questions, he would do, because that's how he learns. And he would walk around and jump up and down here and do over there, and that's how he understood. If I had kept him sitting in front of a desk, having to write it out, like that's how I learn, he would never have done. Wouldn't have worked. And when he had to go and write exams, that was one of the biggest anxiety, I think, was because it was a very foreign environment for him to do that. But now he's even considering, he'll even go, where he's going to now, he's almost ex-military, so how's that one for you? But they don't have to wear uniforms. But the disciplines that he has created, but not only from me, not from my family, but from his sport. His swimming was very important to him. His discipline was he competed, and so he had to get there. And school in that instance was great because we could run it around. So when he needed to go to galas, when we were away for a week, it was simple and quick. We could work out the school curriculum for that, figure out where we needed to go, and do what he needed to do. Where I've always said, your perfect school is where you match your child. The school must match your child, not your child match the school. And I've had numerous conversations over the years about, to that degree, with so many people. And now, this is so funny, I have clients now who have been at the normal private schools and now taking their kids out. Normally one. They've got 2 or 3 children, and the one child doesn't fit. And they are now taking that child and they're putting into a different school. A different ideas, a different curricula, a different way of working with them. And I actually had the pleasure, and it was to meet one of the teachers who is now in this different school, who this young girl is. She's now 11, and she's gone into. And the teacher said to me, she said, and she's lucky enough to have to go to a school where it is not the strict red tape protocol politics of stuff. And she said to me, I would just love to be able to take most children and put them into an environment where we do not have to sit confined into a desk.